Fantastic. Hayley, thank you for coming and dropping in to speak to us. Not that you were pressured to do this at all in any way, shape or form, were you? How has the morning been for you?
Yeah, the morning's been amazing, very inspiring, and it's been amazing to just talk to people on a human level. So I was the opening keynote, and my keynote was basically about being a real model rather than a role model, and about the importance of being human, and how with my keynotes and the sessions that I do across the world, I'm always connecting with human beings. And we live in a world that people feel like they have to have it all together. Social media, they feel like, hey, like I got to post the highlights and the high life. And sometimes it's okay just not to be okay, right? And sometimes it's okay not to have it all together. So I think, there's been different themes about vulnerability, leadership, and the fact that everyone is in this conference here to learn. And I think it's beautiful to have that open discussion of learning together. So yeah.
I love what you open with there. A real model.
Not a role model.
Never heard that before.
Yes.
What then, if we break that down, what's a real model?
A real model, somebody who's real, and somebody who's willing to be human, because we live in a world where everyone's trying to be perfect. And my whole phrase is make being real ideal. Let's make it sexy again, let's make being real sexy again. Let's make being human authentic, authentic over perfect. That's the best I can say it. And I think because we live in a social media age where people are selectively placing what they're putting out there, people are now comparing their everyday life to a picture. That's very dangerous and that's very scary. And because people are doing that comparison thing of this is what perfectionism is and my life isn't, where we're just forgetting that, no, they're just selecting what they're putting out there. So just having those honest conversations to be like, oh, by the way, today I don't feel the best, or today I'm actually struggling in leadership, or I'm struggling with, if you're an expat, fitting into the culture, or I'm struggling with the kids or the leadership or the colleagues or whatever it is, just being open and honest about it.
So how would you, if you were to give one piece of advice for the educators who are listening and watching this about how they could bring that into their classroom to be a real model for their students, and even for the teachers they work with, what would you say is a good starting point for that?
Lead from the front. I really believe that words are powerful. Obviously, in teaching or education, your words matter, right? You're basically speaking day in and day out. If you're not willing to speak to yourself, I don't think you should speak. If you're not willing to have those conversations for yourself, I don't think you should be having conversations. If you're not willing to empower yourself, encourage yourself in the mirror, in your own private space, I don't think you should be doing it for anyone else. You need to lead from the front. And that is what I mean in terms of the reality of being human. It's making sure you're looking within yourself first before you're being that teacher. And I'll say the last thing is this is the assumption that people are teaching. So whoever's listening to this, my assumption is that you're a teacher. You're a teacher part-time and a student all the time. Always be willing to learn. Never feel like you've arrived. The amazing thing about being here in Dubai is that Dubai is developed and it's developing. If you go anywhere in Dubai, you see that there's always development. And it just shows that even Dubai, which is meant to be the most visited tourist place in the world, is not fully developed, and that's okay. So constantly be willing to develop.
Amazing. I think that's an absolutely fantastic piece of advice to give, especially in the world we currently live in. And I'm guilty of it as well, in terms of this that's going to go out, and it's going to go into social media. And it's important to be able to have those conversations, whether it's male, female, them, they, whoever it is, to be able to be honest, I think, and be fearless.
Yes.
In terms of having that conversation.
Yes.
And I think if we can overcome that, and a lot of the things I've seen is find the right troop. I think that's a really important thing.
Yeah.
If you're not with someone that you feel
I love that
you can be open and honest with,
come on,
then actually get a new one.
Yeah.
And I think from what you've said today,
so good. I just wanted to add one of the growing, I don't want to say it's a disease, one of the growing issues is loneliness.
Yes.
In a world that has so much tech, in a world that we're meant to connect with so many people from across the world, how is loneliness still the biggest issue?
Stephen Bartlett said that. I remember, and I said it to my students when I gave an assembly to them. I said, you are in a generation that all these want to be entrepreneurs, want to really sort of that, burn the candle at both ends type of lifestyle and really be successful. You're doing it in your bedroom on your own. And they were like, but they really are. They are a generation that are at risk of that. And I think for us educators, as parents, and general, the village that builds.
Yes.
Actually, we got to pull them out from that.
That's so good. Sorry, the conversation is so good, and I know we're only short for time, but African proverb, I'm African. African proverb is, it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
And that's probably the most powerful thing. And also another African proverb is, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Yeah.
And, I'm Gen Z, so I don't remember my house without internet. I've been on every single app there is, from Pixo to Bebo to MySpace to TikTok to X to Twitter to Instagram to Snapchat, WhatsApp, BBM. I've been in everything.
Of all of those, at least I know we were friends with Tom together.
Right. We both knew Tom, right? On MySpace.
Yeah.
And my generation, the unfortunate thing is, age is decreasing and mental health is increasing. Mental health issues, they're increasing. Suicide is increasing. And it's because of the fact that loneliness is a huge, it's a prevalent thing. And I'm hoping that these type of conversations, obviously you're having, these are human, that's why I love podcasts. Yeah. You're having these human sit down conversations. People are chill. I love the setup. I love the lighting. It's dim. It's cool. We're just having an open conversation, right? Yeah. And we're from different walks of life, but we're meeting on the topic of, we're passionate about students becoming better, humans becoming better, leaders becoming better. And I love that. So thank you for having me.
I'd like that 100 dirhams for every time someone said to me today, it's nice to meet you in real.
Wow.
As in, because so many people are used to, like, I've seen you
online.
They go, I've seen you on LinkedIn, or I've seen your podcast. It's nice to meet you in person.
Right.
And I think that closing part from this is go and make real connections.
Come on.
There we go. Boom.
Boom.
Boom. Mike, I've got no mic to drop. I need this mic. Can't do it. Hey, thank you. That's been amazing.
Tk you so much.
We could talk for a while, couldn't we?
Yeah, we could. Maybe we might have to do this again.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much.